Sharon works part-time as a school administrator in rural Virginia. She identifies as a Democrat, though admits she does not follow politics closely. When I interviewed her, Sharon talked to me about the issues most important to her. Near the top of her list was the national debt. In particular, she expressed concern over the fact that the United States owed most of its debt to China. "They could take our stuff, our natural resources," Sharon told me. "They could demand that we give them stuff like that." To Sharon, China's majority ownership of U.S. debt posed a serious risk to national security. The threat of China collecting on its debt loomed much larger for her than concerns about health care or the environment. Sharon is factually incorrect. Foreign entities own around a third of U.S. debt, and China owns just 8%. The majority of U.S. debt is owed to institutions within the United States, including U.S. citizens, mutual funds, and the Federal Reserve. But Sharon is far from alone in her misperception. About 7 in 10 Americans think that China owns the majority of U.S. debt, and many of them share Sharon's concern that China will collect by repossessing American property. The false belief that China owns most of the national debt is one of many misperceptions about U.S. policy that together form what I call the invented state. Others include the belief that undocumented immigrants are eligible for food stamps and that there are no federal limits on welfare benefits. These misperceptions have a common thread. They are false beliefs not about political actors, for example, Barack Obama's birthplace, nor about social and economic conditions, for example, the unemployment rate, but rather about existing government policy. The concept of the invented state draws on Suzanne Mettler's observation that much of what the government does is submerged or invisible to ordinary citizens. This book makes two main claims. First, that this invisibility provides a fertile ground for misperceptions about existing government policy to flourish, and second, that correcting those misperceptions can profoundly change political attitudes.